Hey everyone, how are you? It is Marie back with another video. Hopefully you guys can hear me. What we're going to do today, we're going to make some masks. Um, I sew masks as well since the pandemic started last year, March. I started sewing masks. So yeah, I've gotten better. And it's been a #1 seller, of course, in my business. But I have incorporated a lot of type of masks. I do children, I do adult, um, I do scrub caps, sets, I do turban sets. This baby got me a lot. Okay, so what we're doing today, what I just did, I just thread the needle. Just double checking to see if I have the bobbin has thread in it, which it does. So right now what I'm doing is threading the needle with the bobbin so it can come from underneath, just like that. And closing this beauty. And right over here, you'll see me reach over because this is my stand of, let me turn it over. This is my stand of different type of scissors that I got. I bought this stand from Michael's. I think it was 40% off. Yes, from Michael's, 40% off. It was $24.99, an additional 40% off. So I'm pretty sure they still have it going on at Michael's. So yeah, let's start. We're gonna make adult masks. This is for a customer and also myself. The adult mask is to cover the full face, but my masks do not come. I don't put filter. I don't include the filter in the mask because I feel that the fabric is thick enough. It's made with fat quarters and also 100% cotton, that you can add your own filter or you can double mask. You can wear the other type of masks, the disposable mask, or on underneath my mask. But majority of my customers, they say that my mask is thick enough that they can't breathe, so that makes me feel good. Okay, so this is right over here. This I made out of a priority UPS box. Last year, this is one of my oh my gosh, what is the word? This is the mask. What is the word? Oh my gosh, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll insert it. This is what guides me and let me know the size of the adult mask, what I'm cutting it from. So I have, this is the large, and then I have the baby, and also the children and toddlers from 4 to 8 years old. And also this one is starting from 13 years and up, and I had it since the pandemic and it held on. Pattern. This is the word I was looking for. The pattern, the mask pattern. I got it from Miss Sweet Poppy Seed on YouTube. That's where I got this pattern from. It was a free digital download that I got. So today what we're going to do, of course, February for hearts. And this is the outer mask. And this is the inside. And also, for Black History Month, I have the African mask. And that'll be the outer. And this is the inside, which will be black. So let's start. Okay. And this beauty that I have here, this is a Singer Tradition sewing. Yeah, this is the Singer Tradition sewing machine that I purchased at Joann's last year, January. Yes, January of last year, before anything started. I purchased this to so I can learn, and also to add custom purses and clothing to my business. So of course, when the pandemic hit and we were shortage of masks, I learned how to make masks, and that was my number one seller last year. So again, this is a single tradition, and let's begin. And I'm using black thread. The thread that I have is black thread that I use mainly with all of my masks. I use black thread. Okay, we just have extra excess of of thread that just came out, but it's okay. Now with the solid color mask, it's okay if I just start sewing. It doesn't matter which side I sew it, but once I start with pattern mask, you definitely have to, after you cut it, you have to face it patterns to each other, pattern to pattern. That's how you have to sew it in order to flip it over so the front pattern can face the front mask. So just like this. And we're going to start, reverse, and keep going. Just like this. So pattern and pattern. So when I open it, it's going to be a butterfly. Just like this. And same thing with the solid black. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to sew it. Because it doesn't matter which side, because it's solid. And same thing with the pattern mask. Flip it over, right side facing each other. Just like this. And when you're stitching, you always back stitch so we can lock in the thread, so the thread doesn't come loose. Voila, just like this. Okay, so now we're going to sew the inner and also the outside fabric together. We always have the front side fabric facing upward. It's always facing upward and to the right side. In the solid mask, or it can be the inside, it's always backwards. You'll see the seam right over here is backward. So when you flip the mask inside out, the outside will be front, and then the inside of this will be inside, if that makes sense. Okay, now let's line it up. And these were very popular too when I made it the African mask, because when they had a shortage of fabric and also elastic, oh man, that was crazy. I made sure at that time, and no one knew that it was going to be a shortage. No one knew what was going to happen. So I made sure when I found the fabric, I bought a couple of yards of it, or if not the whole bolt. I'm not being greedy, but it was a high demand last year at that time. So we had to grab it just like toilet paper and Lysol wipes. If we found it, we bought it in bulk. So yeah, that's what happened. So majority of these fabric I bought in bulk, so I still have some. So this is what I'm saying. See, this is the outside, and this is the other side. So once I flip it over at the other end, then it becomes face forward. And then the inside, see the seams? It's inside now. So that's how this comes. And I have the elastic here. They are a 1/4 inch elastics that I purchased from my vendor. This is the size. I purchased the thin ones because the thick ones, they were starting to nug around the ears and it was starting to get uncomfortable. So the 1/4 one was best for me and my customers. They find it much easier for that. So we just place it on up. Don't forget the back stitch. And I get asked a lot, how do you know if the elastic is going to be too big or too small? And what I do, I eyeball it. I definitely eyeball it. I know I've done so many. I would say I did over, I would say 200 masks. I eyeball it. I would know that it will be a good amount of size. I'd rather it be too big than too small. If it's too big, they can definitely crisscross and put it behind their ears, or I don't really get a majority of it's too big. It's usually the right size. But yeah, I just eyeball it. And by the way, I gave my sewing machine a name. Her name is Grace. This beauty name is Grace. So here we go. In and out. It's pretty thick. 100% cotton. And we place it right over here. I'm going to move this out the way. And we're going to do the same thing to the hearts. You always line it up. And they'll let you know if you have a great lineup too. Cute.